I use pledge and donation synonymous with one another.
But I don't. Ms. Heard, I don't use it synonymously.
That's how donations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question.
This is getting intense. Yesterday was the first day of Amber Heard's cross-examination, and it was wild. Johnny's lawyers snap at Amber as she fails to answer their questions correctly. It seems like every time they ask one question, she goes on and talks about something completely different. What actually happened in court, and can things finally fall into place after the cross-examination? Let's find out. The whole defamation trial started because Amber Heard opused an article in the Washington Post last 2018. In the article, she wrote that she was a victim of domestic violence in her last relationship. She didn't need to specify which relationship it was because she was obviously talking about her ex-husband, Johnny Depp, who has since lost his entire career over the false allegations. Now, Johnny is in court with the strongest pieces of evidence, most reliable witnesses, and the best team to defend him. To the actor, he's doing this to shed light on the real victims of domestic violence, not really to win against his ex-wife. Today, it turns out Amber is really indecisive when it comes to her statements. This is of course wrong in court. Johnny's team can easily crush her if she keeps doing this. She said she'll never forget the first time she was hit. She just had the date wrong.
Well, you never forget it. That's how I remember it. It changes your life forever. You never forget the first time someone hits you like that. I just had the date wrong.
This seems confusing because in the next statements of Amber, she described everything in detail like she had a perfect memory.
I had always believed, up until recently, that it had started later, that the violence started around early 2013. Not early 2012.
At first, Amber revealed that the first time Johnny Depp abused her was when they were arguing about the old tattoo Johnny had of his past girlfriend. It was a tattoo dedicated to Winona Ryder, which said Winona Forever, but he changed it to Wino Forever after they broke up. Years after that, his ex-wife was apparently jealous and started an argument because of it. Amber claims that the fight eventually led to Johnny slapping her, the first ever instance he did that. This time, she is retracting her statement and claiming that this actually wasn't the first time the abuse took place. It's been happening early on in the relationship, even before they got married. But she never really cared because she was too in love.
To forget that the beginning of that period, 2012, before he got sober, was really violent and chaotic as well.
She allowed herself to forget the past abuse because of love, highly unlikely looking at how aggressive she is in blaming Johnny for everything without proof. Other than that, there are still more claims made by Amber that all have evidence to prove them, and when the lawyers show these in court, she easily dodges the question, hoping that they won't notice she's beating around the bush. Too bad for Amber, Johnny's lawyers know exactly what they're doing. Johnny's lawyer brought up the time Amber heavily accused Johnny of hitting her multiple times in the face. Yet, there are no photos of the injuries obtained during that event at all.
He was wearing rings on that occasion?
I pretty much always knew him to wear rings.
Amber will most likely get injuries because Johnny is known to wear several rings on his finger all the time. Note that these were real rings, big and heavy. He has so many pictures of him wearing those rings, it seemed like he never took them off at all. It's not likely that he'll remove the rings just to hit Amber. Camille Vasquez brought this up to Amber on the stand.
And hit you in the face so many times that you don't remember. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And there's no injuries to your face in this picture, are there?
Not that this picture shows.
And there's no medical records reflecting that you sought treatment after.
She narrated the event as accurately as she could, but Amber kept avoiding the question and asked her to specify more which day she said this. When did it happen? Stuff like that.
Times while he was wearing rings on this occasion, correct?
Which occasion in March are you referencing? You weren't
The
specific.
testimony that you gave on day 15 of this trial, March of 2013.
Good thing the lawyer was so respectful and patient, unlike Amber's. She politely explained when Amber testified and mentioned the face injuries. Then, she proceeded to show the photos of Amber with no bruises or cuts on her face and told us that there were no medical records about the incident at any rate. The lawyer brings up the claims of rape in Australia, to which there were no records too. Shocked and didn't know what to say, Amber just announces she didn't need to file any report, even if she was bleeding.
I did not seek medical treatment after Australia, no.
Not for the rape?
No, I did not want to tell anyone.
Not for the cuts?
No.
Not for the injuries to your face?
I didn't need to.
The next time Johnny's lawyers showed pictures in court, things got worse. Before the cross-examination, Amber claimed that during one of the red carpets she attended, makeup could barely cover up the cuts on her arms due to abuse. Camille presented more photos of Amber taken at another angle during the red carpet premiere of a movie, directly right after the Australia incident. The photo presented has never been shown to the jury.
I don't know what you mean, I'm sorry.
You didn't show this jury a picture of you at the Mordecai premiere wearing a backless dress, did you?
I haven't had the opportunity to.
Okay.
I assume you have it?
She was caught red-handed, lying. You'll notice that her skin was flawless, zero scars or wounds. Her dress was even backless after saying she had bruises. When asked if she did really check for bruises, she just said she was checking her phone to see if she was trending because people saw her bruises.
I was checking on my phone after the event to make sure that they couldn't see anything.
You can't see any sign of abuse on Amber, but Johnny did seem rugged.
You would agree that there are no bruises or visible marks on your back in this picture?
No.
The Aquaman actress is infamous for lying. We already witnessed it firsthand in the past 15 days in court. We knew it was bound to happen again, but we didn't know that she was going to aggressively do it in public during the first day of cross-examination. Unfortunately, she was almost proven guilty by Johnny's lawyers for the divorce settlement, which Amber recently claimed she didn't want a dime out of. She received $7 million from her ex-husband. She said she donated them all to charities, dividing them into several organizations.
Quote, $7 million in total was donated to, I split it between the ACLU and the Children's Hospital of Los Angeles, end quote. Right?
That's correct. I made that statement as soon as I got a divorce and we reached the settlement. That's when I pledged it, right then.
And you say this because you, quote, wanted nothing.
She was so proud of her supposed plan that she released a public statement about her generous act right after Johnny gave the money. Johnny's team proved that Amber has not in fact paid or donated anything to those said organizations. Amber kept defending herself and swore that she did donate everything. But in pledge,
Sitting here today, Ms. Heard, you still haven't donated the $7 million divorce settlement to charity. Isn't that right?
Incorrect. I pledged the entirety of the
Ms.
settlement,
Heard,
$7
that's
million
not my
to
question.
charity, and I
Heard,
intend to fulfill.
she pledged the entirety of the divorce settlement, which she has not fully paid until today, years after the divorce. The actress even schools the lawyer on how donations are made.
My
Charity, and I
Ms. Heard,
intend to
Ms.
fulfill
Heard,
those obligations.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question. Please,
What was
try
your
to answer
question?
my question. Sitting here today, you have not donated the $7 million donated, not pledged.
Amber just gets embarrassed as Camille was talking to her like a toddler, asking if she's given even a single dollar to the charity today.
Obligations are paid.
Ms. Heard, respectfully, that's not my question. As of today, you have not paid $3.5 million of your own money.
The tension was through the roof, to the point that you can feel the air shift in court. It was getting uncomfortable, but luckily, Camille Vasquez handled it so well. See, she was so respectful in doing so, it's giving a whole new meaning to cross-examination. Which was ugly for Johnny, who got questioned by Amber's lawyers. Amber intends to donate everything. But we won't believe her until she actually does it. The next time she tried to dodge more questions, she got completely humiliated by Johnny's team. We've all seen those pictures of Johnny Depp on the internet passed out in random places. Of course, we felt bad for him, but we never really knew what happened behind the camera. At one point, Amber was asked whether she took the pictures or not. Of course, she doesn't deny it because she needs it as evidence as well.
So you decided to take a picture of Mr. Depp asleep on the floor?
He was passed out.
That's a
And
yes.
I took a picture of him because he wouldn't remember. He claimed he didn't pass out that way. And
Then, Johnny's lawyers proceeded to ask whether she sent those photos to friends or not. She answered with a firm "I don't recall."
But you sent this picture to one of your friends, didn't you?
I don't recall. Correct.
And you wrote, quote, "This is what I've been dealing with," end quote. Did I read that right?
You did read that right. That's correct.
And this is you protecting Mr. Depp.
That is me getting support from my best friend.
Camille Vasquez then showed pictures of conversations Amber had with her friends, laughing at the photos of Johnny. You could see the anxiety on Amber's face when this happened.
Yes, I was asking for support. That's correct.
There's no question yet, Ms. Heard. So directing your...
She quickly explained herself by saying she's just asking for support from her friends, thinking maybe they'd help the couple go through whatever's happening. Johnny Depp testified the other day that that one specific photo was staged.
She asked me to hold the ice cream as she noticed that I was on the nod. That means falling asleep from the 17-hour day that I'd worked.
He fell asleep after filming the entire day and passed out on the couch. Amber put ice cream on his lap when she already knew it was going to fall. Amber framed this as one of Johnny's episodes due to his addiction. It's a he said, she said moment right there. We can't really tell what exactly happened, but based on the evidence and the argument of both sides, it feels like Amber did set it up. That's all the news we have for you right now. Thanks for tuning into this video. Hope to see you in the next one.